I'm in a stage in life right now where it is super difficult. Um, Transitionary period in life. And if you're watching this on the channel, then I've talked about it. If you watched the last episode, I probably talked about it there too. Just transitioning, figuring things out, um, getting right within myself. A lot of great things have happened for me as of late. I think that in terms of personal, like individual things, a lot of things have been going so great. So it's so hard to deal with the fact that on days like I've had pretty much this entire Labor Day weekend, it just seems like everything is so wrong too, you know? And that's okay. I came to talk today about that kind of. Like, human beings are just nuanced. And there's no one right way to go, one wrong way to go. There's no straight and narrow when it comes to people. As simple as people try to be, we are all super complex. And it's just, it takes a lot, man. It takes a lot to just, how do I put it? To just exist. And so it takes even more to like try to coexist with people, whether it be your friends, your family, you know, a significant other, whoever it is, co-workers. It becomes difficult to coexist with other people. It's not like that in the animal kingdom. Even like the lone wolf type of animals, most animals, they can work as a team pretty well. And, you know, of course there's conflicts among them, but it's just like, you know, for the most part, animals have mastered teamwork and community in a way that humans haven't. And it's because we have egos. We have brains to be able to think individually rather than as a group and as a species. We develop in a way to where, especially nowadays in modern society, as it was back then when we had to be tribal, when we had to be communal, we can just be more individual now. And so that has led to a rise in individual egos. And it's just, you know, it's in all of us. And balancing those egos is just hard. It's hard to balance egos. It's hard to balance pride. It's hard to balance humans among each other. It's a complex process. And I think we all just have to grant one another some level of patience and some benefit of the doubt and some level of acceptance if we're ever going to get anywhere. And I know that's not necessarily possible on a large scale just because of how nuanced we are, and how nuanced everybody's life is. But if you can start in your life, you know, just giving the people around you, you know, the grace and the ability to be able to make mistakes and be able to fix them over time and be able to grow as people and be able to coexist with all of their faults and all the things that you don't like about them, as well as the things that they don't like about you and all of your faults and the things you do like about each other. You know, just, we have to learn how to balance all of that and not necessarily think of us, and always look at our problems that we have with people as black and white, straight and narrow. They did this, so then this must mean this, because a lot of the times it just doesn't. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes it can. Sometimes it can be they did this, so they must be thinking this, or they must be doing this. Sometimes that is the case, but it's just, especially when you're dealing with different kinds of people, that's just not always it. That's not always it. And who are we to assume? Who are we to just place those labels on people where we're not even with them in that moment, knowing exactly what's going on? Things could be going on that we have no clue about, and we would never know, So it gets hard. I think I'm learning that just how to deal with different kinds of people. And it gets extremely difficult. I think this weekend just showed me as much as any, it just gets extremely difficult, and it can be really taxing. And if you allow it to, it will destroy your mood, and it will destroy your entire Labor Day weekend, and you will be sitting in your home listening to Drake all weekend because you have no clue what to do with the situation. You feel this way, you feel that way, you think this way, you think that way, and all of them could be true, none of them could be true, some could be true and others not, and you just have no idea what to deal with that, especially when it's not necessarily something that you can control. And so, we just had to, especially when it comes to our dealing with people, because people are so complex and because we truly just don't know, we have to learn to give up the things that we can't control. The things that aren't in our control shouldn't be of our concern. I'll say that one more time because I messed it up. The things that aren't in our control should not be in our concern, because they just don't matter. It's not something we can do to change it. We just observe and act accordingly. And that's how we treat people. We, observe and act accordingly. Stop trying to put your hands in and change and shape and mold and try to put people into a box that you just have no clue of. And they could fit into that box. They could not. They could fit into that box at some points in time and not fit into that box at other points in time. I know that us as humans, we like to try to categorize things in our mind, but the thing about other humans is other humans just can't be categorized, man. And they just can't be, because they're not objects. Humans are not objects. People are not objects. They just don't, you can't package them up because they're so complex. And the things that go in this one package may need a slightly different label in this other one. They may be totally similar. They may come in a very similar package and yet be so minutely different that it changes the entire way you package someone. And that's why you just can't do it. You just can't treat people like objects. You have to understand the complexity. You have to understand the nuance that comes in human relationships. And you got to be able to operate within that, man. Mostly talking to myself this episode. But I feel like me spilling my thoughts out, being able to hear it back, being able to watch it back, maybe it'll help some of you guys too. Maybe someone's going through the same thing that I'm going through, or something similar, and maybe it just helps. Maybe you guys just kind of want to hear what I got to say. It's not necessarily that this is helping you or hurting you. It's just, just kind of want to listen to me. Well, I appreciate you, if you are one of those people. But yeah, man, I'm not going to make this any longer. Going to go ahead and get out of here. Finally got batteries for my camera, so YouTube viewers, you guys are back with actual video. I found my thing for my lights. I found everything that I needed, so I'm back in business, baby. I'm back in business, trying to get everything right. So, But yeah, man, thank you guys for watching, man. This has been your boy T. See y'all in the next one. Peace.